These are my prototypes that helped me come to today's design. So let's get started. The rock I'm going to use today has some little bumps and holes on it, so we're going to do my smoothing process using Drydex spackling. So first I take this one's really nice because it's in a tube and you can just squeeze it out instead of getting your hands as dirty, but you just squeeze a little bit out to the area that you want to fill in and then smooth it in there with your finger, and it's going to come out a purple color and then it will dry white. So when it turns white, you know that it's dried. Up in the corner of the video and in the description below, I will link my video that goes in depth on how I can use this process to smooth and prep rocks for painting. It doesn't take too long for this to dry, and then once it's dry, I'm going to take a damp paper towel and just wipe off all of the excess and the bumpiness. You can also sand it or use a nail buffer to smooth it out. Finally, I'm going to seal this with a coat of Mod Podge so that the spackle is protected and sealed in there before we put a base coat of paint. Now let's get started on the design. I'm going to give this rock a nice good base coat of black paint on both sides. I gave it 2 coats to make sure I had nice solid coverage for a beautiful smooth black background. Then I'm going to take my soapstone pencil and line out a heart in the middle of the rock, and not too big. I want there to be space for the design to kind of burst out from the heart. We're going to pick several sizes of dotting tools and a rainbow assortment of bright colors for this design. And for the design, we're going to alternate in 2 ways. We're going to alternate with color and with size of the dotting tool. So I have my colors lined out in the order of the rainbow, so that'll be easy. We'll just go down the line of those. And then with the dotting tool, I'm alternating from a large, medium, small, medium, large, medium, small, medium, large. So you can pause it and kind of take a look at how I'm doing that, but I don't want all the dots to be the same size, but we are gonna outline the heart first. That's the first step in the design. So outlining the heart with these varying sizes and the rainbow colors, just going all the way around. And when I get around to that kind of tip center of the heart, I am going to get some small tools out so that it maintains the crispness of that point at the top of the heart. Now I'm going to take my larger size dotting tool and I'm going to add different large dots of all of the colors around kind of the outside of the heart in no particular shape. They're not necessarily following a shape. I just want all of the colors represented and kind of loosely around the shape of the heart. So the last video was a mandala with a very particular design. This is opposite of that. We're going to be free and loose with it. So it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just kind of filling in the space, but we're starting out with those big ones. And then I'm going to go down to a smaller size dotting tool. And this time I'm going to find the colors. So with pink and orange, you're seeing I'm kind of lining it up and thinking of it kind of like rays of sunshine. It's bursting out from the heart, but the dots are going to get smaller. So there's going to be some small kind of lines of color from the dots going from larger to smaller in an outward direction. And because the first set of large dots was kind of random, you may not always be able to fit a second dot to make it line up to kind of burst out from the center, and that's okay. You can just kind of fit it in and make it fill in some space. So I'm going to smaller dots. You can kind of see there's sort of lines. It looks like there's lines forming, right? You can see these kind of rays of sunshine. They're not all going in the same direction, but they're pointing out from the center of the design. And now comes the really random and freeing part, is we want to fill in all of that space around the heart. So if you see black poking through, we are going to take a dotting tool, no matter what size, and try and fill in all of that blank space in the back. So this is completely random. Color-wise, dot size-wise, what I usually do is I'll take one size dotting tool and go into the pink, and then go around and fill in some dots, and then I'll go into the orange and the yellow and keep going on and on like that, just so I don't have to keep wiping the dotting tool off. And then I'm also going to add some kind of random small dots toward the outside of the design, kind of like that, to give that bursting look, like there's some little splatters at the very edges of the design. Another fun part about this design is you could play around with so many fun color combinations. Like, there are so many possibilities, and you don't need to do 5 colors. You could do 2, 3, 4. I am also going to add some random dots in no particular order of the Extreme Hologram glitter paint, just so that when this thing is all sealed, it has a little pop of sparkle that catches the sunlight as well. Let me know in the comments if you're going to try this one out and what colors you're going to use. Thanks so much for stopping by to watch, and I'll see you next time. Take care.